Okay guys, it's a beautiful getting ready to sunset. It's Saturday. I'm just kidding. It's Super Sunday and I'm just pulling into my shop. Hey, gotta catch my sign there for fun, right? Prehistoric Pets. Anyway, so it's Sunday. I'm with my uncle. Here's my uncle hanging out over there. And we're gonna go pull a clutch. We're not gonna pull a clutch. It's Super Sunday. We're gonna hatch a clutch. So I got basically a message just a little bit ago that they started cutting. And you know what? Any clutch that cuts on Sunday, you know what that means, right? It means I gotta go to work because I want to check them out. And besides, it's Super Sunday and I don't want any to die. Look at that. I even called out the backup. Woo! She's all ready. So that's my daughter Laura. And so let's get inside. This camera doesn't like going back and forth. Whoa, there we go. How's that? Let's get inside and check it out. Turn the lights on. Check out the pond. Everybody's looking pretty good. So got to turn some more lights on because we close at 6 on Sunday and it's after 6. So let's see here, guys. I think I just heard the gators growling at each other. Those guys have been ronking and crunking and complaining. Look at that, we just missed the lights off. So gotta check all the dudes out. Hey, what are you sleeping up there for, bro? So okay, I gotta turn on some more lights. Let's go make it happen. Okay, we got some lights on now. Look at that, all kinds of cool snakes. Look at that. Oh yeah, let's do the little wire at it. Big old pied laying there with a black snake to breed it to. It ain't filming good, you'll never see it. Big old pied. Too much reflection. So somewhere in here is a clutch of eggs. Getting ready to hatch. And it should be that one. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Caught it red-handed. That one's halfway out. Let's see what we're gonna have, because this is gonna be a cool clutch. Oh, I promised my daughter wouldn't be here long, so we're gonna have to make this baby happen. Look at that. Oh man, cool. Look at that. That looks like an anthrax something, maybe. So what we got here is I believe it's the first clutch we're gonna, oh, look at that, an albino. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got some cool stuff. I'm gonna have to go find me a razor blade. Oh, look what I found. I found a razor blade. She better hurry up. I can't just sit around here waiting. This is actually caught. His head's caught halfway out. So you see, like, he's having a hard time pulling his head in because his head's bigger than the hole. So he pushed his way through. See, look, so he can't even pull himself completely back out. So we got him kind of imprisoned right now. He imprisoned himself. So let's just verify that. So I'm gonna free his head. See, he can't even get his head in. So I gotta be a little careful here. Oh, there we go. There we go. So I'm gonna tear the last little bit so I don't have to get the razor blade close to him. And look at that. I think I know what that is. That's actually, we haven't hatched one of these in a long time. Like almost 2 years. It's not. It's an anthrax. It's an anthrax tiger, which is awesome. They're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. Look at the tail on that. Whoa, is that tail cool or what? Look at the pattern on the tail. Just gorgeous. They're actually really beautiful snakes. So let's see if I can get my daughter over here to help me, because I can't do this with one hand. I've tried that before. And my uncle's going to be in the video. Right, Uncle Fred? Where are you going?
I'm going to go get Laura.
Laura's right there.
Right.
Come on, this video is going to be 8 hours. Come on around this way. Forget that. Come on. Come over here. Come over here. This is Super Sunday. Okay, guys, just be patient. We got this. It's going to be worth every second of it because it's Sunday. It's Super Sunday. So there we go. Hold on to that. Okay, here we go. So let's see. What do we got here? So we got one tiger anthrax. Oh. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh. Cool genetic stripe. Probably had anthrax by the. It's weird looking. And then look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And there is. So, this is the two snakes we started with. And this is actually. Oh, I'm sorry. We started with an albino genetic stripe. And this is. That's ready to come out. There's one. There's a tiger genetic stripe albino anthrax. Cool. So that's the whole genes all together. And I don't know if you guys check out Instagram, but I just put up a picture of this one's. Oh goodness. It doesn't really have to come out. I mean, to go back in, but I'd rather him go back in just because I'm busy. Okay, so let's put him back in because his belly button's just a little bit left. What do you think, Uncle Fred?
Well, I think it's got a belly button.
You got one too. I seen it.
I do. I got an innie though.
Okay, so here's another tiger anthrax. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern. Look at the pattern on that. Absolutely gorgeous. Everything here is het for the opposite. So this is het anthrax. This is het genetic stripe. I just realized that. Oh, there's another one.
And all het albino, or is this a pos het?
And everything's het albino. Because this is the first one we were able to breed back. Oh. Well, just a tiger. But that's a tiger het anthrax het genetic stripe. So we finally got to the point now where everything's complete. Now, let's see here. I'm afraid. Are we okay? Well, I guess we are okay. I thought you guys were gonna see a bad bummer thing. I thought, oh, look at that. You know what? I was wrong about this snake. That's the snake right there. So that's the one we're really hoping for. So unfortunately, when they're babies, it's not as easy to tell. But that's it. That's got the, I can see it's got the anthrax stripe on its back. So that's the whole gene right there. And believe it or not, so far that's the only one. But here's the deal. Even though the original one we did was 1 in 64. So this one's father was a 1 in 64 baby. This clutch here is a 1 in 4 baby. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we only got 1 out of 6. But the good news is we're not done. And it's Sunday, so it's even better. Oh yeah! I'm kind of, you know, it's funny, I'm almost more excited about the non-albino just because we haven't had a non-albino in a while. There it is, the whole deal. Just completely different looking snake. It actually looks like a different, you know, it's funny is when I saw the first one of these, it made me feel like we had, it made me feel like we'd made a morph, because it literally looks like its own morph. It doesn't look like a snake that we combined. And it's really cool looking, and I don't think he's gonna let me show him. But that's okay, we'll find another one because it's Super Sunday. So you like that? Now look at that. So now we got 2. So now we got 2 out of, we got exactly what we're supposed to have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we got 2, and that's exactly what we should have. So now the question is it gonna be Super Sunday all day? So let's see here. It don't matter, it's always Super Sunday if I don't hatch anything. At least for me. So let's see here. Oh yeah! I like the odds already. So this here is the whole deal. Ooh, this one's different. I got too excited. This is not one. You know what it is? It's a genetic striped het anthrax albino, and it looks completely different. They literally look different than genetic stripes. So they keep tricking me because I've never even seen one. Even though it's recessive. Let's see, this one's been leaking for like a week. Let's see what's been trying to leak out. Man, it's really nice. We're getting a lot of albinos, and yep, that's another one. I'm a little confused still. I think we're hitting them more than I think, because I think this is probably, let me see if I see its head. So I think what's happening is a tiger gene is tricking me. The ones with tiger look more like genetic stripes and less like the anthrax. I think that's probably, let me see here, do we have, but because it's the genetic stripe albino, we don't really know if it's a tiger. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's funny. So this is a tiger, that's a tiger triple het. So it's a tiger,
That's Dad, right?
No, yeah, no. Ooh, that's really cool. I don't know what it is. It actually doesn't look like what it's supposed to be. Maybe it's just a genetic stripe with, oh, you know what? It's a velvet, maybe. Oh, I'm going to have to come back and look at that. I thought it was literally just a normal tiger het for everything. Awesome clutch. And you know, the part that's amazing is all these snakes are actually carrying all the genes now. Before we had to start with a normal colored snake, with albino recessive, with genetic stripe recessive, and with anthrax recessive. And so it literally made the odds so low, like 1 in 64. Well, now these babies, when you breed these together, instead of 1 in 64, depending on what genes are in them, it cuts them all the way down to 1 in 4. And some of these might even be higher. I think everything, if you breed an albino, I mean, it depends what gene you're trying to get, but it gets all the genes together really quick. Oh, here we go, guys. Check this out. This is no doubt. Now, the part I'm not sure about, if the tiger ones are tricking me, but there ain't no way that ain't Dad, because the color is completely different. You'll see the neck. See, the neck has a real refined. If you guys follow on Instagram, I don't know if I got around to saying that. I had just posted a picture of these that was a 1.5 years old. It's actually the sister of this, of the father of this. It just incredible snake. It just glows. When I pull it out, people that don't know nothing about snakes go, wow, that one's beautiful, because it looks so much different than any other albino. And this looks like a genetic stripe. So man, that we're really hitting the odds. So that's a genetic stripe, het albino, het anthrax. So that's what I mean. So we're really doing really good, because everything's het for everything. And so instead of getting a bunch of normals, we're getting a little bit. What do we got here? Besides another cool snake. Come on, let's see your head. Oh. That's different. Not sure what it is, because the neck shows really convincing what it is. And I think what I have is I'm missing a couple genetic stripe albinos, because I think that the tiger is making them look different as a baby, because they look a little bit more like a genetic stripe, like I said. Keep thinking we're going to get something really special today. See, that's a tiger anthrax albino. So that's for sure an anthrax. That's for sure. I think it's a genetic stripe. So this is probably a genetic stripe tiger albino. Absolutely for sure an anthrax. You can see the beautiful anthrax pattern on its back. And you see, yeah, and the eyeballs are hollow. And so you know what? Now I know how to go back and look. Now that I think about it, it's pretty sad my daughter had to remind me how to tell the difference. What's up with that? So the eyes are so different that now I can go back and look at the couple of those that I thought were what they were, and I'll find out if they are what they are. This is really great, that is, because there ain't very many of these on Earth. We're the only ones that have ever produced them. I think we're still, going to be the only ones to produce them for a while. It's a project that I really worked real hard on when all this government stuff was going down. And, oh, man, that looks like a clown. So that means that only way we can have a clown, and that's why some of those, yeah, here we go. So here's what we got here. So that's a clown genetic stripe.
Sex it.
Yeah, that's a clown genetic stripe. And so the only way we can have a clown genetic stripe, oh, that's really pretty. It could just be a tiger. Come on, poke your head out. I like to pull their head out because I want them to breathe. There we go. Look at that. Whoa, that snake's gorgeous. It might just be a really cool tiger. We're gonna still have to figure this out because we're looking at snakes, you guys, that are like, I mean, there could be a possibility these are the first in the world because we could be wrong on something else that we hatched thinking what it was. So let's see what we got here. Maybe we're gonna have a two-headed one. It's Sunday. Anything could happen. Oh, and there is another tiger albino anthrax. For sure, a tiger albino anthrax. Now, I think the other one's a stripe and this is a normal tiger. So that's an albino of this right here. These are the same snakes, one albino, not albino. And that's het genetic stripe, and that's het genetic stripe, and that's het albino. So here we go, last egg, last but not least. Oh! Got the whole thing, guys. Check it out. Dewey? Yep. And you can see it's not the color of a genetic stripe. Now, I think these two might be two different snakes. I think this is without tiger, and that's with tiger. So there it is, guys. Those are all the special snakes. And see, so these, see this? The eyes are different. So this is probably the albino of this one right here. That's funny. Now that I'm starting to put it together. So this is an albino. That's an albino of this. This is an albino of this. That's a tiger. Now all these genes, the only thing that's, now all these genes are recessive. Recessive means, have you ever heard of a thing called het? Heterozygous is what it's short for. It means it's carrying a gene, but it doesn't actually express it because you have to have two of those genes in one snake in order to express it. So albino would be the combine of the two genes that are heterozygous to create the full homozygous, which is the actual visual gene. So this snake here is actually two genes of albino, two genes of genetic stripe, and two genes of anthrax in order to make this, and one tiger gene. So that means it actually took two albino, two genetic stripe. Uh-oh, I'm messed up, I can't count. Two genes of anthrax and one gene of tiger. So that took 7 different pieces of a puzzle to build that snake. Do you think that's cool, guys, or what? Genetics, there's been a lot of controversy about the pattern being the marker for anthrax. For some reason, our snakes, their eyeballs are the markers. So she's 100% right. Those eyes aren't perfectly normal because it's het for anthrax, but the anthrax eyes are hollow black eyes, which make these like...
Show them one, they're crazy.
Their eyeballs are insane. So check this out. So the eyeball, look at that, it's like a ruby.
Bring it out so we can see it.
So let's see, okay.
The whole egg.
Look at that. So you look at the eye on that, it's completely different. It's like a ruby eye. It's jet black actually, and it's like ruby colored in albino. And it's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get an anthrax eyeball out here. So anyway, I thought I would show, look at that pattern on that. So let's see here. This one here's gonna give me a problem to show me his eyes. Must be a girl. She's hiding her eyes. Come on. So look at that. Look at that eyeball. So it's completely different than a normal snake. And the funny part is that the eyes are dark on the hets on ours. But I know that's not true with everybody. And so it's not a marker. It's just a marker on ours for some reason. Don't ask me why it's not consistent. And anyway, we got a bunch of cool snakes. And you got to meet my uncle. Let me tell you a little story you guys don't know. Maybe you do know. Do you know that I was actually orphaned? Actually, I was adopted. He didn't know about all this, by the way. He knows now, of course.
I didn't.
So I was adopted out from my mother, which is Uncle Fred. So that's Uncle Fred's sister. And the strangest thing happened when I was 14. Actually, at 4 I lost my mom. At 14 I lost my father. That's a whole nother story. But at 33, look who I get to find. I get to find my uncle. Maybe one day, if you really want to know, ask some crazy stories, because we got some crazy stories. Because I'll tell you right now, being an orphan at 14 is interesting. And don't worry, guys. You know what the bottom line is? The end of the story is, never give up, and you'll make it. It's when you give up, it gets rough. So take care, guys. Hope you had a good time. I think I'm going to wash my hands.
Yeah. You know, the whole time I was hoping you would not do that. I was going to avoid it at any cost.
Would it be me if I didn't do that?
Burning Man.
Okay, guys, we had to add a little uncle prank on the end. Anyway, take care, guys. Hope you had a good time. Got some cool videos coming. If I just get off my tail and figure out a way to edit them all. So take care. See you soon. And really love you guys following. And thanks for sharing the stuff. Take care.